Greetings, my lovelies. Hi, it's Emmy. Welcome back to another You Made What. Today I'll be making waffle pizza. But more specifically, I'm going to be making waffle pizza that was inspired by a restaurant called Seoul Pizza, which from my understanding has now closed. It was located in Koreatown in Los Angeles, and this is a Korean style waffle pizza. So when I first read about this, I knew I had to make it. It just sounds so delicious. So when I first learned about this, I shared this on social media, and a lot of you were encouraged by it as well. So here I am today to attempt my own version. So when I was researching this recipe, I learned that the actual waffle batter was unique. It was not just a typical kind of pancakey waffle batter, but it was actually a rice flour batter. So I decided to substitute a bun chow mix, which is used to make really crispy Vietnamese pancakes. Love, love, love these. And this is rice-based. So I thought I could try using this mix in my waffle iron and see what would happen. So that's what I did with this. I just mixed this according to package directions, basically a 1-to-1 ratio of this mix to water, and then just fried it up in my waffle iron just as I would normal waffles. I also wanted to see what this would taste like with regular waffles, so I used my favorite waffle recipe. So I really love this waffle recipe because it contains yeast, so you get a really developed, complex flavor in your waffles. And it's super easy to make. The bulk of this you do the night before because you're allowing the yeast to grow, and the next day you just add some eggs and baking powder, and you're good to go. So in a large bowl, you're gonna add your yeast and warm water. Then you add your melted butter, your milk, and whisk that all together. Add your salt, sugar, and finally your flour. And you just want to mix this up until you get kind of a shaggy mess. And then you just cover it with plastic wrap, allow it to sit on your countertop overnight. And then when you're ready to make your waffles the next morning, you just add your beaten up eggs and your baking powder. And then you just fry it up in your waffle and you've got delicious waffles. All right, so here are my waffles. Here's the rice version and the yeast version. So what I'm gonna do is make half and half here. So the pizza I'm gonna make today was called the 4 Seasons on the Seoul Pizza menu. And it contains 4 different mini pizzas. Brilliant, right? Brilliant. So the first thing we're going to do is add cheese. Nice square pieces of cheese. This will help keep our crust crisp. This one's going to be the tomato pesto. So a layer of pesto. Oh, this is gonna be great. And then a big fat slice of tomato. Doink. Fresh mozzarella on the corners here. I've seasoned this with a little bit of salt and pepper. Next, we're gonna do pepperoni. So I'm gonna add our sauce on top. Next, we're gonna do a Chipotle chicken. Chop chicken. And then we're gonna add some red onion. Next, we're gonna add some Chipotle mayo. It's really simple to make. You just take some jarred mayonnaise and then you add some of the adobo sauce that comes with canned Chipotles, and you chop some of the Chipotles up in there and mix that all together to get a really flavorful, smoky, peppery sauce in a generous drizzle. Finally, we're gonna make a barbecue steak, and then we're gonna add some steak pieces. I've got some barbecue sauce here, a little squeezy bag. Woo! Red onion slices to that. I think this is going to be delicious. All right, there we go. Now we're gonna place this right onto the oven racks in your oven at about 425, 450 degrees until everything is nice and bubbly and warm. And I am back with my beautiful pizza. Look at this. My kitchen smells amazing. Here is my beautiful 4 Seasons pizza. We have the tomato pesto mozzarella. We have the traditional pepperoni, the chicken chipotle red onion, steak barbecue onion, and I topped that with a little bit of cilantro. Gorgeous. I think I would have let this go a little bit longer, but my cheese started sliding off into my oven, so I had to pull it out. But I usually like my pepperoni to be a little bit more cupped and broiled around the edges, but I also didn't want the pizza to end up at the bottom of my oven. I'm gonna try the steak barbecue one first. Looks pretty good. And this is the rice crust. All right, itadakimasu. And that is pretty tasty. The crust has a little bit of chew to it. It is crisp on the edges, and the combination of barbecue sauce with steak and onion and cilantro is just delicious. I really like the cilantro. It's kind of non-traditional, but it really is a nice complement to the sweet barbecue sauce and the strong onion in there. Delicious. Let's try a more traditional combination for pizza, which is the pizza margherita, which has the tomato and pesto. This is also on the rice crust. Delicious. Classic combination of fresh tomato that's a little bit tangy that goes really well with the kind of sharpness of the raw garlic that's in the pesto. And then you've got two types of cheese, which add richness and just gooiness. Delish. All right, let's try the yeasted waffle versions. I want to taste the Chipotle one first. And then that's a winner. Really great combination of spicy chipotle, which is a little bit smoky as well, with the chicken and red onion. Delicious. Like that one at all. I also like the crust on this much better than the banchan mix. The banchan mix was kind of just bland and not that tasty. The yeasted waffle, on the other hand, is just a tiny bit sweet, has a really great crispness, and it's full of that yeasty, bready flavor. Delicious. Now let's try the classic pepperoni. All right, here we go. Something about the square rectangular shape takes me back to elementary school when we had school lunches and pizzas were always cut in squares or rectangles. We always had pizza on Fridays and all the kids loved it. I have to confess, I was a taco boat girl. I loved how the edge of the taco boat got really crispy and the middle kind of just was filled with cheese and there would be like pools of oil on top. Yeah. Those were the days. I almost forgot. These are also served with a side of syrup that you could add to your pizza as well. I'm going to do that here. I wouldn't recommend doing that. It just makes it seem excessive and then just makes your mouth feel confused because you're eating pizza and then you've got this injection of sweetness that's just totally superfluous. So yeah, skip the syrup. So that was Korean style waffle pizza. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I hope you guys learned something. Let me know in the comments if there's a recipe you'd like me to test or try out. And yeah, thanks so much for watching and I will see you in my next one. Oh, don't forget to subscribe, follow me on social media and share this video with your friends. All right, toodaloo, take care, bye. Hot, hot, hot.